Hi, I'm Jody. Welcome to Station 7, the Mother House. Called that because our headquarters, also known as Dung Mountain, is right across the parking lot. But don't repeat that last one because I'm not allowed to say that on social media. I was given this assignment to give a short speech on a topic related in some way to my religious, ethnic, or cultural heritage. Well, 20 years ago, I became a firefighter. I knew a little bit about the fire department, but what I didn't know is I was joining a family, a brotherhood, a sisterhood steeped in culture and tradition based on the job we do, the risks we take, the hijinks that come from the sheer amount of time that we spend together. Being a part of that family became real to me September 11th, 2001, based on the way I felt sitting there watching those Twin Towers fall. I knew that New York Fire Department was suffering a catastrophic loss. I knew that those firefighters were inside that building, climbing those stairs, not going down. I was reminded again that I was part of a family when I attended the National Fire Academy. One of the best instructors there, he called me sister. And it was like, "How you doing, sis?" And he called all of the firefighters that were there brother, sister. And being a part of a family, you have your traditions, your celebrations, your parties. And we are no different here. And the biggest one of those is FDIC and the pumper pull. FDIC was inherited by our department in the early 90s from Cincinnati. At that time, it was ran by a man named Ed McCormick, whose son is a lieutenant here at this station. He's also a friend of mine and a recruit classmate. FDIC stands for Fire Department Instructors Conference. It is 1 week long, and it's about getting in and getting dirty, because some hands-on training and experience being a firefighter. Getting to do some live burns, some extrication, maybe burning up your face piece in a flashover chamber. That training and knowledge is essential to keeping my brothers and sisters safe, and myself as well. And at the end of that week is the pumper pull, because FDIC, even though it's about the training, it's also about the beer tents, the parties, and the celebration of who we are. And what, you may ask, is a pumper pull? Well, let me give you a little bit of a history lesson. Firefighters, back before there were even horse-drawn carriages used by the fire departments, used to have these giant hose reels, and there were pumps attached to them. And these firefighters, as a group of guys, as a crew, when a fire would come out, they would actually pull these things down the street, running down the street with these giant hose reels to get to the fire. And it was actually a race. They were racing against the fire, and they were racing against the other crews, because it was the first crews on the scene that got water on the fire that actually got paid. So now we've gone from men-drawn carriages, then went through horse-drawn carriages, to actual horsepower and engines. Our engines today carry a minimum of 500 gallons of water, but they're still called pumpers. They're called pumpers when they're actually flowing that water on a fire. So in the history and in tradition of those first firefighters running down the street with those hose reels, we have the pumper pull. At the pumper pull, a group of guys, big strong guys, all get together and they go in a head-to-head competition, the team against team. And they are going down the street pulling these engines. And I want to show you one right here. I'm standing in front of one. It's an old Maxim engine. It's an old retro fire engine. You can kind of look at it and see. And this engine, they pull it down the street, and the team with the fastest time, the first one to make it to the end, wins. They win the glory, they win the competition, they win the free beer. Okay, that's a lie, because we all get free beer at the pumper pull. And there are hundreds of firefighters that come to the pumper pull. They come there for the celebration, the competition. They come to listen to some live bands. We have the drum and bugle corps. That's the guys with the bagpipes and the kilts. Their kilts are special because they look like bunker gear, the bunker gear we wear on fires. And there's brats and hot dogs and hamburgers and tons of beer. But at one point, everything stops. The drum and bugle corps start to play Amazing Grace, and all the firemen with their solo cups raise them in the air, and we hold them there, quiet, silent, and we just listen as they play the Amazing Grace. And at the end, we just scream and hoot and holler and cheer. And this is our tradition. This is our culture. This is our heritage. And this is my family, the fire department. But P.S., my solo cup is empty because I'm on duty. So thank you.